You might think that if most of the country you live in has fertile land and lush forests, then you and your fellow countrymen shouldn't strive to find food, right? Well, not so in Kosovo. Despite hundreds of thousands of fertile hectares, close to half of Kosovars live in dire poverty. RTK's Artan Haracia reports.
Kosovo's economy is improving. 10 years after the war, the capital Pristina looks much different. The city is larger due to new road construction, large supermarkets, and the newest models of vehicles. But it's not the same everywhere. Few miles away, the ethnically divided town of Mitrovica, many years ago, used to blossom as well. Today, the biggest national pride, the steel industry of Trepča, is more of a rotten iron. Very close to that, an Albanian family lives here. Most of the Kosovars don't live like this, but then again, this is part of Kosovo's reality. And I'm not very keen to walk in these stairs here, but I'm going to do that just to get a glimpse on what the family that lives actually in this object goes through each and every day of their lives. When we finally reach the top, we find the couple Sevdije and Dibran Yashari crying over their fate. This Albanian couple spent their last 9 years living like this. I'm not able to do anything because I'm ill, she says. The same thing tells us her husband too. I'm ill. I can't stand on my feet. There are 9 people living in this object. This family lives with only 40 euros social welfare per month. The situation with the Serb community is mainly the same. Gračanica is the biggest Serb enclave in central Kosovo. Many Kosovo Serbs have been living in these containers after they fled their homes due to political instability.
This is not a life. We are in this small space hoping that we will get out of here. We have been told that we will get a new house, but it looks like that's not going to happen.
In the few minutes we were able to stay at Radomira's 2-meter square container, we saw 2 beds, a small oven and a television set. This is how she and her husband were living for the past 3 years. According to a previous World Bank report, 37% of Kosovo's population live with only 1.42 euros a day, while other 15% lives with approximately 1 euro. It is true that the situation is hard. The Kosovo's government is committed to help these people. We will increase the social welfare within some months. The government is struggling lately with strikes by civil servants, especially medical staff. Although an agreement was reached, some of the hospitals continued for some more days to strike, treating only emergency cases. This is what it seems to be the economy of Kosovo, improving or treated only when it's an emergency. Artan Haracia, RTK Pristina for CNN World Report.
What a sad story, considering this deep level of poverty is happening right in the heart of Europe. We ask Artan Haracia if poverty is the only thing that Serbs and Albanians share in Kosovo.
That's a very good question, but even if you talk about poverty in this country, there are differences between different ethnic groups, and that is because of politics. First, the only help that Kosovo Serbs gets is the one from Belgrade, the capital of Serbia. Actually, the Kosovo Serbs are increasingly under pressure not to accept any kind of help from Kosovo's institutions, because these institutions declared independence from Serbia on February this year. So even if there are many problems, many differences, mainly between the majority Albanian community and the Kosovo Serbs, politics, unfortunately, always find ways how to make these problems and differences even bigger.
Artan, thanks for this report.